Hi guys, today's video is an exciting one as I will be reviewing 6 new perfume releases. And these perfumes are from brands that I think are very interesting. I have these fragrances for quite some time now. So yeah, I'm just ready to give you the final tea. Starting off with the newest release of Maison Crivelli, and this is called Musc Nurasana Extrait du Parfum. Guys, the way I jumped when I saw that Musc Nurasana was available online. I love the fact that they are available in 5 ml. I got this fragrance direct from Maison Crivelli's website, by the way, and my order still came with a 2 ml sample, which I think is so nice, especially because I only got a 5 ml. So I emptied the 2 ml, and today is the third day that I am wearing Musc Nurasana. I already gave you my first impression about this fragrance in my TikTok account, and today I'm gonna give you my final impression. So Musc Nurasana has 32% oil concentration, okay? So it opens up quite aldehydic. On paper, I do get incense as well. However, on my skin, it is more aldehydic, tart, and juicy. Like there's something kind of fruity about it in the opening, and I'm not sure where is that tartness coming from, but to my nose it kind of smells like rhubarb. So tart, juicy rhubarb and aldehydes. And the opening actually kind of reminds me of ORIOUDH Existence. So that type of aldehydes that kind of smells like clean laundry. And then as this fragrance dries down, the rose and thick musk peek through, shifting this fragrance to a different category. The ultimate dry down of it is mainly rose and musk combo, guys. So in the end, I'm gonna categorize this fragrance as a floral musky scent, which is basically rose and musk combo. The kind of rose that I'm getting here is powdery, not jammy and not extremely mature powdery kind of rose. I would say it is the same rose that I get from BDK Impadia and Rose Blaze from Dorsey. I kind of understand actually why people are comparing it with ORIOUDH Guidance. I think because of the type of rose that they smell in here. But to me, this is closer to BDK Impadia. And I mean like the rose. Now let's talk about the musk that is used in here. The kind of musk that I'm getting is not a typical clean, sweet smelling musk. This is like a serious powdery musk that is very deep and sensual. I will say the musk is kind of like close to the type of musk used in Narciso Rodriguez. So if you are a fan of that, you might enjoy Musc Nurasana as well. Actually, it is in the same ballpark as Musc Noir Rose by Narciso Rodriguez. It's not redundant to own both, but I'm just letting you guys know like the vibe of this scent because I think that it's beautiful. It's a sensual, everyday kind of scent, and I think it's great. I actually like it a lot. Now, is it groundbreaking? No. However, I find this fragrance to be beautifully crafted. Aside from the beautiful scent, the performance as well is outstanding. But I just want to let you guys know that I don't find this fragrance to be beast mode, but more of like a long lasting scent. Don't think that it's going to be beast mode like Oud Maracuja or Hibiscus Mahajad. But it doesn't mean as well that it doesn't last because I find it actually to be very long lasting, especially on clothes. It's just that the projection is moderate. I enjoy this fragrance so much. I think it's because I love the type of powdery rose and the sensual musk use in here. As of now, I'm happy to own a 5 ml, as I think this is a fragrance that I don't need to overspray anyway, and I enjoy it so much. I think you will enjoy this fragrance if you enjoy fragrances like Musk Noir Rose and BDK Impadia. Also, I find this fragrance to be unisex. Now, I mentioned a couple of fragrances, and I don't think it's redundant if you own Amouage Guidance or BDK Impadia. They just have the same type of rose, to the point that if you like those fragrances, especially Musk Noir Rose, you will enjoy Musk Nurasana as well by Maison Crivelli. All right, next up is the newest release of Carner Barcelona, and this is Isla Bohemia. Now, I attended the launch of Isla Bohemia in Cannes last October, so I am familiar already about this scent. However, now that I own a bottle, I think I love it even more. So, Isla Bohemia opens up with that icy pear and lipsticky iris. It is quite refreshing in the opening, and love that icy pear and lipsticky iris combo. Now, as its fragrance dries down, it becomes fruitier and sweeter. The lipsticky iris doesn't really stay for a long time, as the sweet and juicy pear, along with the sweet, creamy sandalwood and vanilla combo, peeks through. Now, I'm gonna categorize this fragrance as a fruity and sweet scent. The main note that I'm getting from here, pear and sweet vanilla in the final dry down. It is beautiful, light and airy, juicy pear and sweet vanilla scent. This is a kind of gourmand that I think is perfect this spring and summertime. Actually, I have almost all Carner Barcelona fragrances, and I find Isla Bohemia to be their first gourmand. Yeah, I think so. Isla Bohemia, I will say, is the most gourmand as of now. And yeah, I really enjoy this fragrance as well. If you are looking for a light, airy, fruity gourmand that is not too thick or not too cloying, then I think you're gonna love Isla Bohemia. It actually kind of smells like a pear ice cream. It has that cooling, sweet texture of an ice cream. However, not cloying at all. Yeah, this is definitely like a summer gourmand, and it is a very likable scent, especially if you love pear and sweet vanilla. So yeah, that is my thought about Isla Bohemia by Carner Barcelona. It lasted me around 5 to 7 hours. So yeah, having said that, above average longevity. Projection is moderate, and I think this perfume is more feminine leaning. Now, I just want to let you guys know that they are doing a current promotion. So if you buy anything over 115 euros, you will receive a 15 ml Isla Bohemia as a gift. Plus, if you use my discount code JOANNA10, it can even save you additional 10% off. All right, next up is something that I was so thrilled as well to try. And this is the latest release of the NAM that everyone is talking about, Mango Sticky Rice. Now, I was very thrilled about this fragrance because Mango Sticky Rice is my favorite Asian dessert. And in case you don't know, mango sticky rice originated from Thailand, and it is such a hit not only for locals but also for foreigners. I will say, aside from pad thai, the second food that comes to mind when I think of Thailand is mango sticky rice. So of course, a scent that smells like mango sticky rice is very exciting to me. Now, this has ripe mango, sticky rice, and coconut milk. This to me smells like as if you pour like a creamy coconut sauce to a sticky rice. That part is very realistic in the opening. Then the mango in here is not like a fully ripe juicy mango. And if you're like me who loves eating mango sticky rice, you know that the mango is kind of like the make or break component in judging if you're eating a good mango sticky rice. Anyway, the kind of mango in here is not that ripe and juicy. The kind of mango that I'm getting from here is something in between green and yellow mango. So don't expect it to be like a juicy and ripe mango like in any mango sticky rice. Now, as this fragrance dries down, it becomes more of like a gourmand rice scent. It has that creamy coconut, and the mango is just in the background giving this fragrance freshness. You won't literally smell like a mango sticky rice if you spray this on, which I think is great. However, if you're expecting to smell like a literal mango sticky rice, I will say not really, but I think they did a good job for this fragrance to actually smell like a perfume and not like as if you poured like mango sticky rice on yourself. I'm gonna categorize this fragrance as spring and summer gourmand. Very light, airy, creamy coconut rice gourmand scent. The mango is just in the background. I like this fragrance because I haven't smelled anything like it, and I don't have anything in my collection that smells like it. However, I just want to let you guys know that this is more of like a sweet sticky rice with coconut cream. Okay, not really a mango scent. Performance, I would say, is moderate, just like any other Danam fragrances. Lasted me around 4 to 6 hours. And yeah, I think this will be for people who's looking for a light and airy summer gourmand. Once again, Mango Sticky Rice by Danam. And I find this fragrance to be feminine leaning. All right, next up is another exciting release from Giardini di Toscana, and this is Oro Miel. Guys, I was so excited to try this fragrance the moment I saw that she released 3 perfumes. So I have here a full bottle of Oro Miel, and I got it from RAFINAD along with mango sticky rice, by the way, just in case you're interested. So Oro Miel has a lot of notes listed, but I think it's pretty much a straightforward scent. I don't find it complex. The opening is like almond and heliotrope combo, but then as it dries down, it becomes like a full-on honey scent. And I'm talking about like a powdery honey scent, but it's not thick textured honey. Okay, I think it's nice because it has a powdery texture. So I would say the main notes that I'm getting from here are honey, sweet coconut, and heliotrope. It kind of smells as well as if there's caramel in it. So it is sweet. However, because of the prominent powdery nuance, it's kind of like 50-50. So 50% honey and caramel, 50% powdery. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of their Bora Bora. So if you are familiar with Bora Bora, you know that it is a sweet floral gourmand. I would say it actually smells like Bora Bora. Just remove all the florals out of it and apricot. Yeah, that's how Oro y Miel smells like. So if you love that kind of sweetness in Bora Bora by Giardini di Toscana as well, you will enjoy Oro y Miel. I will say I like this fragrance a lot as well. I enjoy that kind of honey caramel combo in Bora Bora. So yeah, that is the scent that I'm getting as well from Oro Miel without the florals and the apricot. Now, I do understand if some people won't really enjoy this fragrance, especially if you're not into powdery scent. You might find this fragrance too mature for you if you are the type who don't like powdery scents at all, but I really like it. Actually, it's my favorite out of the 3 releases, I think you will enjoy this fragrance if you are into sweet, powdery scents. If you hate powdery scents, you won't enjoy this fragrance at all because you might find it too mature. Performance, I would say, is very long lasting. I won't say that it's beastly like Bianco Latte, but it lasts for a very long time and it lingers beautifully on clothes. This fragrance is a big like for me. Actually, one of my favorites in today's list. So yeah, once again, Oro e Miel by Giardini di Toscana, and I find this fragrance to be feminine leaning. So I have here as well the other 2 releases from Giardini di Toscana. So I'm just gonna give you quickly my thoughts about them. So the next one is called Verde Respiro. And to me, this is like an aromatic berries, moss, and patchouli combo. I find this fragrance to be very mossy and quite earthy, almost like a fougere. It's quite aromatic as well. So this is a kind of scent that I find quite soothing, almost like a spa. Yeah, I think that's the perfect description of it. It smells like a luxury spa. The clary sage and lavender here are quite prominent. So yeah, I would say this is more of an aromatic, mossy, and earthy patchouli combo. The lavender in here and clary sage are quite realistic. It's as if you're really smelling fresh lavender plus earthy patchouli and oak moss. Beautiful scent, however, not really my style as I'm not really into mossy scents. Next one is called Ricordami. Now, this has a lot of notes as well, but to be honest, this is a straightforward, fresh, green figs. Yeah, that is the description. If you are into fig scents, this is something that you should try. Ricordami is a very realistic fig scent. It's as if you are putting your nose in freshly cut fig. That's how Ricordami smells like. Very green and fresh. I like it. It is very similar to Alluring Fig by Teodoro Scalutinis. So yeah, that is my thought about Ricordami, a very straightforward, fresh fig that I think will be perfect this summertime. So that is the video for today, guys. Those are my thoughts about these new perfume releases. I will say my favorite in today's list are Musc Nurasana, Oro y Miel, and Isla Bohemia. By the way, let me know if you've tried any of these fragrances. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, guys, and see you on my next one. Bye!